Welcome, guys, Advocates for Justice Paralegal School. We are different and we prove it. Today, we're going to dissect the city's sidewalk improvement program. I will show you why the statute is not a valid law. I will also show you the loopholes in the statute. You will learn why the city's sidewalk improvement program is in violation of the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946. A federal law. The unlawful collection part of the program is in violation of the Fair Debt Collection Act practice. Attorneys are in violation of the Foreign Agent Registration Act of 1933, as the city's attorneys are not registered with the State Attorney General's office in violation of FARA, the Foreign Agent Registration Act. The first thing we need to do is educate ourselves to understand what authority the city is using to extort money from homeowners for the sidewalk repairs. I Googled Lawrence, Kansas sidewalk improvement program and pulled up the city's website showing the statute ordinance that they use to enforce collections. And we're going to take a look at that right now. You guys can see here, this is the city's website, and it talks, talks about the sidewalk improvement program. And right here, it refers us to the program. This program assists homeowners in meeting their legal requirements. And so we go here and look up the statute and the city code to understand what legal requirements they're talking about. So, their legal statute. This is their statute. I'm going to just leave it up here for a minute so you guys can kind of read through it a couple of times, because pretty much all it is double talk. It's double talk. Nowhere in it makes a reference. It makes a reference to the ordinance. It makes a reference to the fact that the statute is allowing the city to make an ordinance to levy special assessment. So basically, what they're saying is the collection of the sidewalk repairs are going to be done based off of a city ordinance. What is an ordinance? Well, let's see what an ordinance is. A city ordinance, here it says a definition of the city ordinance is a municipal regulation. I'm still confused. So we need to figure out what a regulation is. This is how you figure this stuff out. So we're going to go over here and sidewalk regulation. We need to open this up and take a look at it and see what a regulation is. A regulation is a rule or a directive made and maintained by an authority. So a regulation is a rule or a directive, someone telling you to do something. It's not a law. It is not a law. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling like this is double talk now. Ordinance, rule, regulation. Let's just take a look at one more thing. The legal requirement to pay sidewalk repairs. Property owners have no legal requirement to pay sidewalk repairs. Sidewalk improvement program is unconstitutional and violates the federal law. The Kansas statute, Article 1812-1808 states, it shall be the duty of the homeowner of the abutting property to keep the sidewalk in repair. It says it shall be the duty. It does not say it shall be the law that the homeowner of the abutting property keep the sidewalk in repair. It's a duty. The language clearly refers to the homeowner's duty, not that it's a law for the homeowners to repair the sidewalk. The statute is not a valid law as it is missing the three elements the state constitution mandates must be present for something to be considered a valid law. The statute is missing the enacting clause, the title, and the body. Now, the state constitution mandates that something can only be a law by being enacted. It must have an enacting clause. The enacting clause tells from what authority the law comes from and who's subject to following it. We, the people of the Constitution, is the enacting clause. It must have a title and it must have a body. Revised codes and statutes do not have these things. They are not considered a valid law for people who do their homework. An ordinance is not a binding law. It is a municipal regulation or an authoritative decree or direction. In the beginning of this, we said that the city has violated the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946. What is that? Let's check that out right now. The Administrative Procedures Act of 1946 is a federal law that was enacted. This law states that government's administrative policies must be in harmony with the Constitution. The Administrative Procedures Act mandates in part that legislative rules such as guidance, guidelines, agency staff manuals, staff instructions, opinion letters, and press releases are all called statements of policy or guidance. Guidance and statements of policies are not legally binding on the public because they have not gone through the required procedures to become legislative regulations binding on the public. You will challenge the court's rights to enforce policy statements ordering homeowners to pay for sidewalk repairs. You will demand a judicial review of the city's misconduct for abuse of discretion. Authorized Administrative Procedures Act of 1940. You will give them 14 days or ever how many days you want for them to discharge the alleged debt. And you want to demand that they contact credit reporting agencies and remove any false information that they reported to them about this alleged debt. You're going to also demand they return your property deed. You will demand they deliver the property deed to you as mandated in the state real estate deed transfer laws. There is no law that forces you to register your property deed in their office. Registering that property deed in their office is what allows them to put liens on your property and harass you in the manner that they're doing. The removal of your deed from their office will eliminate unlawful property tax collection, zone and code enforcement harassments. It will eliminate all of that. The unlawful registration of your property deed allows the city to place liens against your property. The first lien that was placed on your property was the illegal mortgage lien. Why was that illegal? Think about it. If several people own property, all of the owners would have to be present to sign a lien against the property, right? Yes. So you own the property free and clear at signing, or the lender would not have been able to accept your signature on the mortgage lien against your property. Think about that. Now that you've been educated, you can decide if you are legally required to pay for the repairs to the sidewalk. Now you can also review the options that you have to sue the city if they continue harassing you for their unlawful sidewalk improvement program. I will leave a link to the document that we are highlighting right now, the notice of claim letter. I will leave a link to the notice of claim letter in the video description and also in the comments section, so you can click on if you're interested in investing in this offer. The letter is going to be $75. I don't think that people are going to need the actual lawsuit, but I'm putting it together also, just in case they want to play dirty, then we'll be ready. I separated these two so people can just spend the $75 on the letter. If you need to sue them later, if they don't back down, then you can invest in the lawsuit package. This way, the letter is a lot cheaper. And if you don't need the package, then you wouldn't need to invest the $300 or whatever. You can just invest $75 and smack them in the face. I think the letter's going to be just fine. So far, the letter thingy is pretty much undefeated. So it's going to be interesting. I want you guys to keep me in the loop on how they respond. I want to know if they respond and how they respond to your notice of claim letter. I think in most cases they'll probably just go sit down and stop charging you. But we put the property tax little thing in there in the end to give you opportunity to get control of your deed with this. And if you can also use the lawsuit to go after them. I have their eliminate property tax lawsuit package on my website that you can use if you want to get control of your deed. Because having your deed in their office is what's causing all these problems. If your deed was not in their office, they would not be harassing you. They would not have you in their computer, and no one would be able to put a lien against your property. There, I said it. Before I go, I want to remind you guys there are a few things. Please click on the ads that are showing on my YouTube channel. It helps me get paid. I work cheap. I provide stuff for people free of charge in a lot of cases. I need you guys to click on those ads so that YouTube will pay me. That's what we're after here. I'd rather have YouTube pay me and then have you guys have to pay me the big money. YouTube can pay me the big money. You guys can pay me the little money. That sounds like a pretty good deal, huh? Also, please subscribe to my channel and click the like button. If you respect what I'm doing and you think that I'm bringing fire to the table, click that like button, because all of these things I'm asking you to do helps YouTube figure out if I got it going on or not. And if I got it going on, they're going to show more ads, which means I get paid, which means I can give a better deal to you guys. If I'm getting paid the big money by YouTube, then I don't need to worry about getting money from you guys. I can give you guys a whole lot better deal than I'm doing now, which is what my goal is going to be. I want to make sure that I'm able to help anybody that's facing these situations that need help. Click the button, the like button, and make sure you ring the bell so you get notified when it's time to rock and roll. And please leave a comment about the video, about what you think about my work. I would really appreciate that. Please, you guys share my YouTube videos on your Facebook pages to help others find my service. I would appreciate if you guys would do that, because the attorneys from California are blocking me from advertising on Facebook. They're a little pissed off about my eliminate property tax lawsuit packages. So if you guys should share my stuff around and ask your friends to share it too, that would be great. And then everybody would be able to see the opportunity that they have here. That's about all I have in store for you guys tonight.